Yeah, game crash. Lovely,
Be
absolutely
quick with
lovely.
it.
I have to redo things. Shit.
Jacques.
What do you
Okay,
want,
I'm
groundling?
gonna have to do it this way. I'm doing the buffs now.
The axe be bloody ready. Abyss be paid.
Monk we faced caused a lot of trouble for us.
Yes? Eh?
Yes, Bill.
Yes.
What is my task?
Okay, sorry for the interruption.
Ustanza dost.
What was I doing?
What is it now?
Hmm.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, things are
Bark your
proceeding a
orders
bit
already,
more
lad.
smoothly this time.
Blood and glory! Now you die!
Shah guides my hand. Trust is for the foolish. And the
Okay.
fear.
No one crosses the shadow thieves and live.
Fear.
I shall not yield to you.
And I'll make it
Go bother. Yes, yes, I see.
Beat get me some healing, you. For time we got to business.
Ah,
no one crosses the shadow thieves.
Have killed.
Yeah, I love the fact that these
What do
bastards
you
are
want,
only
groundling?
worth like 14 experience
Aye,
points.
that be sounding right.
They can do huge tons of damage and they're valued on the kobold level.
Yes, aye. I'll do as you wish.
Seems like
Victory shall be ours. You know
there's
this.
something wrong there.
Eh? Bark your orders, and later I'll split your gut open.
No one crosses the shadow
No
thieves.
meritos.
nothing but die.
Okay, barely injured.
No one crosses the...
Your worthless lives end here!
A skull breaker!
750 experience points from these. I don't know what the difference is. Apparently there is a difference though.
Beg for death. And I'll make it
Ultranon!
quick.
A skull breaker!
Okay. Please save and go immediately downstairs. So I do
busy,
want to
okay, I'm
try
busy.
to.
Have you
Well, I
nothing
might
else
as
to
well
do
use
but
these
bother me?
wands here. I could use the extra help here.
So, what draws you to this part of Faerun? At Katla. I seem to recall you mentioning something about a mission or some bother.
Great timing, Briconia. This is another negative of the fact that it's a lot of the conversations can be based on real time running out because they pop up at very odd times. So I need to know who captured me, for what purpose, and what they have in mind for Imoen. How are you going to hunt down these culprits who ambushed you? Vermin rarely leaves scent or footsteps. The called wizards arrested the man responsible for my imprisonment, and will know where to find him. The cowled ones are not to be taken lightly. It's whispered how their power is boundless, and their allegiances are only with the powerful. So that means we'll have to be one of the powerful too, I imagine. You. No, I already
What
did.
gives?
Beg for death, and I'll make it quick. No one crosses the shadow thieves and live.
But time we got to business!
No one crosses the shadow thieves and live.
But time we got to business!
For death, and I'll make it quick.
Yeah, the monsters help us sort of keep things under control here.
A solid hit.
Yeah.
Be quick with I. The dwarf can do it.
For death, and I'll make it
A dangerous mistake.
Jacques, I shall follow your strength.
What do you want, groundling? Fine.
Get in there.
Me axe be bloody ready. Best be paid well for this.
So there was no one here. I think the sort of a thief group that suddenly spawned when we entered the top floor would have spawned anywhere, no matter what our entrance point. So by going there, we actually split up the hostile reaction to our attacking here, at least somewhat. There were already a half dozen guys here. If half a dozen extra guys would have just teleported here or suddenly appeared from shadows, it would have been a real problem.
Eh?
Yeah,
I've killed for less.
I think we'll be fine now. The toughest fight remains, but yeah, it's not immediate.
Decision I'd make.
Yes, master. What should I fetch
So
now?
we have time to try to get the elementals up. We might lose control of them, so this can go against us just as well. I'm sure we'll at least get 2 of the 3 elementals on our side. We can kill the one that doesn't. The chance of us losing the control is actually fairly minor. Best part of these would be that they're more or less immune to normal weapons, so they might work very well against this level of enemy. Also, we have to cast him. Yeah, have to cast him now.
Yes, one day.
Weapon is
What's
faulty!
the beggar's immune?
Yes, Abil.
Ooh.
Destiny awaits.
Even
What do you
+1
require?
weapons can't harm
It shall
this.
be. What is it now?
Air
I
elemental
must.
can.
Blasted beggar's immune! Blasted beggar's immune! Blasted beggar's immune!
Also, he'll ignore everyone but Edwin.
Blasted beggar's immune!
A solid hit.
So that allows us to pretty much box him in and control the situation.
Blasted beggar's immune! Be quick with it. I'll do as you tell.
Go bother someone
Only if there be a
else.
good amount of coins away.
Hopefully we'll get to keep the Earth Elemental at least. It's like 15% chance of failure. So I'm confident we can get 2. Otherwise the game is kicking us in the ballsack.
What do you want, groundling?
Yes, consider it done.
Come for me, have you? I know. I've still those loyal to me, and they have warned me. We'll not lay down for you. Do as you must.
I will.
Yaks be paid well for this.
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy.
What else can we do? I think I'll just spam creatures and send them to the fight. You might as well. Ether cap. Oh, most annoying of
Nothing else
enemies.
to do but bother me.
I don't think they particularly have any kind of a chance. Yeah, they're going down. Weapon ineffective is the message. Yeah, assassin. Yeah, they're turning to pulp without being able to harm at least elementals. So, good choice for creatures to attack them. They're about 7,000 apiece, the assassins, so they're not that bad. There's still at least a couple of assassins and a priest there. The Ether cap is poisoning quite nicely. Yeah.
You will pray for death when I am done with you.
Is there anything else but...
Pray for death when I am done with you. Blood and glory! Now you die! A skullbreaker!
Alternative entrance, I suppose. Well, good timing. A little bit of cash. We get Maevar. Yeah, this has to be Maevar. A little bit of cash, and that's it. I guess the armor could be very good. Not too tough of a job. We definitely want to make change spells for on Edwin. He has a huge amount of all kind of crappy summoning spells.
Aye, that be sounded right. Aye, I'll do as you wish. For now.
So, mission accomplished. Let's take a look. Well, these are all more or less useful. I don't really like the minor drains. They are not useful enough. Not a huge fan of charming either. Howard sleep. Go away. Summon monster 1, that's useless. The biggest problem with the some monster summoning spells is that they only summon a single monster. It just isn't gonna do anything. Fire shield, not useful for us. Polymorph self, not really useful. We need to learn some new spells. A lot of the problem stems from that. We just don't have good options. Minor spell turning. Not all that great. I'll take protection from normal weapons. Might actually be useful at this point. We'll keep at least one summoning. What we want is breach. We want chaos. We want another breach, and we'll take cloud kill, and the fire elemental seems nice. Even +1 weapon isn't really effective, so it could be used to very great effect at some point. I think I'll go to rest now.
And later I'll split your gut open.
Nothing like some time ashore. All I need.
It's a cold and dreary day when there's them can't extend a bit of hospitality to his guests.
A dream. A dream of many things, of friends and family. These things always mean something, don't they? Do you remember these doors? I remember... I think... Yes, this was my home for so long. But it is too late to go back. They wouldn't have you now. They wouldn't have me. Had no use. Someone else does. He wants something. I don't know why. Those in the cows don't even know. Why don't I know? Do you remember Gorion? Or the others? I think I do. They were... No. Wait. They were the guidance. And there was much more to learn. But it's too late now. They are so far away. You are far away. Too far away to help. Why? Memory should stay, but he digs deeper. Pushes everything aside. I don't remember any of you. Do you remember Saravak or any other? I don't know. They sought your death and mine. They seemed so important at the time, but I don't remember them at all. Something else is more dangerous. Closer. I can feel it. Do you remember me? I can almost see. I want to, but too late. You will come too late.
She resists. She clings to her old life as though it actually matters. She will learn.
What is this place? What is this all about?
It is a portrait of what has happened and what may happen. Do you cling to the past, or can you see through the pain? You feel the potential within, don't you? Will you cringe from what you know you want, what you can take as your own? You know what you want. It is you, after all, which has brought us to the dream. Nothing is real. Yet. Bark your orders already. Aye, the dwarf will
Yeah, so it looks like we're bothered by a strange dream once more.
Fine.
Okay, I'll just wrap this up. Maybe see what happens with the stronghold thing. and I'll end it there. I'll have to go after Corgan's quest after that.
I best be paid well for this.
So give me my
What is my
reward.
task? I will do my best.
The tale of your deed has already reached my ears. Such things tend to. Well done, I say. Your reward is well earned.
You may find the reward I am about to offer to be as much a blessing as a curse. I know that I have felt as such on occasion. Listen to what I am about to say. 45,000 quest experience means everyone gets it. I require someone to take the position left vacant by Maevar. It must be someone I can trust, so they cannot be too mired in the politics of the region. You might be a good choice for the job. You handled Maevar and his rhetoric, and you seem to understand the benefits of supporting the larger guild. What do you say? Care to have your name placed above a young guild of shadow thieves? Yes. I will do my best to turn it into a prosperous guild. Excellent. I look forward to seeing what you can do. Return to Maevar's vacant office. I will have it seated with a few promising young thieves. Do not think me totally benevolent. I still intend to get some profit out of you. There will be a quota you must meet. If you fail, you will lose the guild. I will appoint a lieutenant of skill to aid you. Jariel will serve as a fine right hand. He will be waiting for you, and I will speak to you through him. Okay, 10,000 experience. I will remake the guild in my image. That is your decision to make, but I would not deviate too far from the established norm. You must please the shadow thieves in some measure. Good luck.
What gives? I've killed for less.
So no surprises there. I'd like to talk to someone who can actually identify items so we can
It be nae the
sell what we
decision
aren't
I'd
gonna
make.
use.
An excellent day for whatever you're after.
Pommel jewel is pointless to identify. I know what it is, and identifying it won't help in any way. You have to have all the pieces before that becomes relevant, and even then you don't need to identify it. You just need to have it. Okay, we can sell all the swords away, I guess. Move silently, hide in shadows. Shadow armor. Plus 3 studded leather armor. So very, very welcome for us. And then what? There isn't anything particularly interesting here. Can you even use a mace properly? Yeah, mace and warhammer. Okay, I think it's time for us to get rid of some of our trash. We have enough gold to actually pay the sum we need to get help from the shadow thieves. 18,000 so far. You don't need You don't need the exact 20,000. 15,000 is enough to trigger something else happening, and that will allow you to pay 15,000, and that would be it. And we have the 20,000 too. Not sure if I want to spend it. I mean, we have a desperate need of equipment, so we can pay it later on. The thing is, just having the money in our inventory is gonna trigger something. So, and I don't think there's a way to really avoid that triggering those things. So, it's gonna happen no matter what we do. It's not too important though. We can just avoid
Yes?
doing what they're giving us options, and we can just avoid them making the choice. But it's not gonna entirely fix the issue. Spells. I need to check what these protection scrolls are all about. Mordecai's sword. Yeah, just learn it. It's not like we have a lot of other options to have people who could learn it, so. Protection from electricity.
Just watch yourself. I've a quick eye.
Cursed.
An
So we might as well
excellent
sell them
day
off
for
then.
whatever you're after.
We still have at least one proper protection scroll from the dead, and that is important because it allows us to deal with some kind of a powerful undead or group of undead without too much
Hello,
fuss.
friends. Might I have a word away from the ears of others? I would impart a fine bit of business your way.
Yeah, and this is the trigger. We have enough code. I'm always interested in business. If there is profit in your words, I will listen.
Oh, there is profit, to be sure. There are also answers, but they shall come from my mistress. She would have words with you. She has watched you for a time, though she is not the only one. Those that you are asked to trust spy as openly or more so, and she offers a solution to your problems of privacy, among others. She is worthy of your trust. If you feel worthy of hers, come to the graveyard district in the near future, and she will speak her offer. Make your visit after the sky has darkened. She will not be there before then.
It's basically time to make a choice. You have a choice between paying 15,000 gold to either the Shadow Thieves or the Rival Guild to get the aid you need. You have to pay one of them. The thing is, the Rival Guild basically sucks ass. That's my personal opinion. Um, you get certain access to certain things or certain items when you join a guild, and just joining the Shadow Thieves is better in my opinion. You can get the same stuff later in the other guild, but I still I'm always been very disappointed with the options it offers. I guess you could sort of game the system. If you know what to expect from each side, you can choose the path that is more convenient to you. So it does matter a little, but it's not in the end. It's not that meaningful of a choice. So certainly you may choose what you like or what feels right or whatever. Any reason really is good enough to make the choice. I'll be there. Tell her she will not need to wait long.
I need tell her nothing. She will know when you arrive. Farewell, and good journeys to you.
It's not exactly hidden that she's a vampire, the leader of the other guild. That's not my problem with her, it's
I'll
that
do as you tell, but only if there be a good amount of coins.
Adventurer.
I didn't think I'd be walking to you loves again. I do what my Uncle Galen says whenever I can. Anyways, Galen Bale wants you to come to see him before you go making any rash decisions. Says he wants to sweeten the deal. Basically, he'll drop the price to the same. There's no difference between in that sense. Please, I'll be there as soon as I can. Sure thing, but don't keep him waiting too long. I'll look like a liar if you don't show up to see him. Anyway, just go see Galen before you see your new contact. I only get paid if I get you to see him, and it won't take long, you know. I don't have a problem with the other guild because they're vampires, but the vampire problem is a problem indirectly because it causes a hierarchy. They are basically two tiers of members in that guild, and the top members are the vampires. They treat everyone else like shit, so why would you even bother? I think the last time I tried to go with that guild, I ended up starting to murder my old guild members because they were being just pricks, such pricks to me, and I played a character who isn't gonna take that from anyone. So, at least with the Shadow Thieves, you can sort of get along. No one's picking a fight there with you. Brano.
Is there something you seek?
Here then, move along now. This place ain't open to simple gawking. Don't make me say it more than once. I'm sorry. We're told by Reynolds to come here. Is there a problem? You're with Thule. Send the damned fool over then. I need to see him before I let you in. Yeah, I need to use my main character here.
Yes.
I just want to get an overall of the stronghold.
Is there something you seek?
Get going. I ain't letting any common gutter skog in here. This blade ain't for you. The same options as previously. Begging your pardon, sir. I meant nothing. I'm simply told to guard the door. Please pay me no mind and enter as you wish. Yeah. You're just doing your job. Keep doing it. Oh, I tries me best, sir. Tries me best.
Be quick with it.
Yeah, it's sort of like getting stopped by the gate by a security guard. It is a huge pain in the ass sometimes, but uh, it's better to just take it. You're going to start bitching about it. The entire point of the guard in the first place is going to become moot. Rattel.
What do you require? Very well.
Wonders I have seen, but I save the best for you.
Hello and well met. It's good to see new souls sympathetic to the Shadow Thieves. I'm Ratel, and I'll be fencing anything you need exchange. See what you have. Hmm, this has different stuff. Ooh, he has stone skin. I'll just buy that. Yeah, I should buy corn of coal too. Hmm. Hmm. Do I have protection from evil? Well, that's not important right now. The stone skin was the important thing. Ah, that'll make a big difference. Yeah, we have too many of these. A stone skin or two will help quite a bit.
What the... Aye, that be sounded right.
Welcome to the guild. I haven't heard much about you, but if Reno says you're all right, I'll take his word on it.
So, Jariel. I guess he's our lieutenant. Yes, well, I'm looking forward to helping this guild branch prosper. I'm sure you will. We'd all like a shot at being part of a successful chapter. Many are anxious to prove themselves in Maevar's absence. Now then, would you like the basics of the guild, or should we just get to business? Okay, tell me the basics. How do I run this place? Well, you have a stable of several thieves here, which I will introduce to you. Each has a specialty, and each has more thieves under him. You will direct their patterns of thievery. If successful, they will bring in money to the guild. Not, they may be captured by the city guards. Your directions will result in higher or lower risk to your thieves, but sometimes simple bad luck intervenes. If captured, you can bribe a thief out of a prison. You can continue with all your thieves in prison, but you will not get profits. No use getting mad at me. If I die, the guild fails. I have Reynolds here, you see. You must make a certain amount of gold to meet the quota set by Renault. If you miss a quota, you will be removed as guild leader and this branch will be closed. You can pay the extra money out of your own pocket if you like, but it'll get expensive. You'll get profit from the guild, but be careful you don't take too much. Now, would you like to discuss the patterns your thieves will assume this week? They will be operating at a low level of risk right now, just covering the quota. Okay. That can still fail. Always can have bad luck. I'll make the changes. The first of your thieves is Hans. He specializes in house breaking and safe cracking. Nobles are a favorite target of his. Okay. What is he currently up to? Hans is currently available for assignment. Do you want to change the way he goes about his business for about the next 5 days or so? What exactly has he been up to? Alright. How high of a quota should we set for him? This will of course mean burgling more or less houses, so there may be increased risk then. Tell him to do his work in moderation, no need to get the guards in uproar. Very well then. Should Hans have his men group or up or spread out? Groups will mean less risk of capture, but also less individual jobs done. Yeah, groups would be the best. Better safe than sorry. You are playing it fairly safe so far. About the targets, should they try for nobles, estate or mercantile homes? Estates are high profit, but high risk. Yeah, estates are really high risk. Play it safe all the way. I will inform Hans of your instructions immediately. But we didn't really change anything there. Accurate instructions should pose very little difficulty for him. I'll wager he would even like more of a challenge. We'll see. We'll start off playing fairly safe. Next rogue is Goshen, an assassin. He is not limited to merely killing, but also uses strategic threats and encouragement to pay for protection. So, what's his current status? There's nothing preventing Goshen from taking your orders this 10-day. Do you want to modify? Yeah. How selective should he be in his clientele? Take some quiet time to make sure a job is on the level. More time to research will mean less profit. Yeah, we'll play it safe for now. So try to be selective at this point. I want to get a feel for how much we have to pay and how much the guys are bringing in. Then we can adjust. Goshen take his time researching the target as well. There's usually a reason the employer does not do the job himself. Now take his time. Alright, you seem to be playing it safe so far, so I imagine you'll want him to stick mainly with information gathering as opposed to assassinations. No, I don't want him to waste his talents, have him seek out pest removal jobs. Very well, I will inform Goshen of your instructions. This should be a fairly easy series of tasks for Goshen, we shall see though. Things have gone wrong before. The next of your guild thieves is Creator. He has a stable of pickpockets below him, and he makes sure that the purses of pedestrians are none too safe. Okay. How rough should he be with the victims? Should he try to cut a purse and stick away, or should they actively mark to the odd commoner? Yeah, tell him not to spare the black. Alright. Should he stick to taverns and inns where his victims will be intoxicated, or should he scout the upscale areas, such as government district? That's probably very risky. Taverns will be fine. Most will never miss their drinking money. Very well. One last thing. Should he bribe the owners of the establishments he works out of? It's always good if the witnesses are sympathetic to the accused. By all means. I usually prefer arrangements where everyone involved more or less benefits from it. When things start to sort of hit bad times, it's better if everyone has sort of a common interest in that, at least to see that things don't go totally belly up. So I think it's a wise investment to buy some silence. I will tell Creator of all you have decided. Things should go well. What you have outlined is not too difficult. We shall see though. The next rogue in your employ is Morsa, and she has a gift for bringing contraband goods into the city. I think someone actually has mapped out all these options and the risks involved. I think you might be even best off by simply just getting as much money as possible and doing as high risk job as possible. I'm not guaranteed on that that's the case, but it is a system, and because I think there is a random chance of always failing, so that sort of makes it so the projected money you make is better if you do that. Try to just get as much as possible and deal with the when you get caught, just deal with it. Because if you sort of go for the low income and you still can get caught, it'll just the money you made won't really cover all the losses you'll have to do in order to recover your rogues again. I've never bothered with it too much. It's sort of it's not the point. You're not doing this to gain funds. It's more of a experience to see what can happen here, what choices you make. That's the point. Okay, smuggler. Morsa prefers to bring in small amounts of items for individuals as they are harder to detect, but she can bring in large shipments for guilds. Stick to what she feels is best. She tries to stick to jewels and the like, but she can also bring dangerous goods for mages and other deviants. Do what she likes for now. You're playing it safe, but I should ask anyway. There is money to be made smuggling slaves. Should Morsa dabble in this? By all means, she will just be a go-between, so I see nothing wrong. I will inform Morsa of your decisions. The conditions you have set should be fairly reasonable to achieve. Everything should be fine, though who can be sure? You have one more rogue. Varia's preferred activity is providing protection and keeping embarrassing facts about powerful people safe for a fee. Protection rackets and blackmail. Okay. She prefers to offer protection to the merchants of the outlying towns, such as trade meat. Less profitable, but the guards are less effective. Okay, keep going. Should she use force to encourage payment? Threats lose their sting eventually, but harming people results in higher guard activity. People do not pay, we must back up our threats with force. And should she confine her blackmail to lesser government officials? Their secrets are not worth as much, but they pay more readily. Yeah, stay with the intermediate officials, no need to anger powerful enemies. I will inform Varia of your direction. She should be fine with these. She should find these conditions relatively easy to meet. I'm sure everything will turn out for the best. In 5 days I will tell you the results of the work. Until then, speak with Lathan. He may have some business that requires your personal attention.
There's no life better than the Thieves Guild.
Yes? Done.
Ah, the new guild leader. I trust you will find the facilities to your liking.
Thank you for the welcome, and you are? A fair question. I'm Lathan, and I will be your eyes and ears when there is a matter that requires your personal attention. You are new, so there is little on the agenda just yet. I will try to inform you when something comes up.
Just watch yourself. I've a quick eye.
I think you will find that something has indeed come up. And just who are you? Answer quick, or I'll have you thrown out for disturbing the guildmaster. My name is Ama, and I'm the Shadow Master of Eastern Esmeraldaran. Here is my signet. I think you'll find it authentic. Now stand aside. What? Yes, my lady Ama. I meant no offense. Ah, Tool. I would suggest you obey proper protocol and present your dagger before your bitter. Now, no need for such displays. I'm here to ask a favor after all. So, what is it? What is it that you would ask? Nothing terribly inconveniencing. I would like you to participate in a little rendezvous and help in the removal of a pest. There is a government official causing us no end of trouble with his tariffs and spot checks on caravans. This fool thinks he can stifle the thieving trade of an entire city. He has been trying to muscle into a relationship with the shadow thieves, and while we could pay, it is better that we send a message to any of his cohorts. I've come here with a promise of granting his wishes, but only want to lure him away from his palisade defenses. This is where you come in. I'm listening. He wishes to be introduced to a contact here in the city, and that contact will be you. The meeting is already set up, and when he arrives, we will take him by surprise. You are known somewhat in this place. If not as a guildmaster, he will believe you are a legitimate contact. He seems willing to believe anything, so long as it is theatrical. When is this meeting to take place? I have my suspicions about this meeting, but I'm also confident in my ability to handle it, so... It will be by any evening that is best for you. I will await you in Wokin's Promenade after dark, and then dispense a runner to get Sir Greshel. The suddenness will seem dramatic to him. Do not disappoint in this matter. It is of the utmost importance. You must be so proud, sir. Already you have been singled out for service to the Greater Guild. I suggest you do not be late. I'm very
I'll do as you
skeptical about
wish.
this.
For now.
Very skeptical. Let's see if there are other people we can meet. I'm going in waiting for an ambush. That's my assumption, and there's no one here. So it's a pretty empty guild, I suppose. It's just the first floor meetings seem to be the only content here. I wonder if these got renewed, the traps and all that.
What is my task?
No.
Fine.
Ah, the loot. The food is new. Suppose it's random. Protection from magical weapons, though. That's I mean not magical, but normal weapons. We might want to take consideration in using magical weapons. For God's sakes, normal weapons. We don't really have the inventory space for it now. But especially the warrior should have one normal weapon. You can get all overconfident in using your protection against magical weapons. Leaves you open to some really old-fashioned combat tactics. The reason I'm not too worried about it at the moment is that we do have breaching spells that breach such defenses. We can just bring them down. The thing is, it's not gonna work in every situation. They can renew the protections, and we don't have a lot of breaching spells. So if they renew the protections, we're screwed. I think I'll end here. Quickly taking the downstairs to see if there's something there. It's about to turn into evening anyway, and so we're going to just
I've killed for less.
go into the meeting and see what it's all about. I'm betting it's a trap. It feels like a trap. And it seems like someone is trying to move past the normal protocols. Basically, if a higher up would work in this city, I would assume it would be a matter of courtesy at the least to announce your presence to whoever's in charge of the city instead of going directly to some kind of side branch or chapter. This has all the markings of someone pretending to be someone who she isn't, bluffing her way in to get us.
It's a strange time along this Sword Coast. The brink of war was averted, but the countryside remains hazardous to the citizenry.
War? What are you talking about, Viconia? The war your half-brother nearly started. What do you think I was speaking of? Yes, that's my reaction too. Why bring it up? I killed Sarabak. His plans for war died with him. Perhaps his war died. That does not mean other conflicts won't arise. Perhaps I ramble on. I wish I'll stop. If you wish, I'll stop bothering you. No? Tell me, what have you been up to since all the trouble with Sarabak happened? I have been a lost soul. When your race is used as a boogeyman, it is an uphill battle to even find a bag of dirt on a stable floor for the night. Children throwing apples, merchants losing the hounds, hunters with their arrows, and for what? Tales around a dinner table, a few guffaws at a watering hole. It has been trying past endurance. Well, how have you survived since we parted ways? I made an attempt to purchase land on the outskirts of Veragast. I dropped your good name whenever necessary to remain on steady footing locally. I remained hooded at all times, and it was only a matter of time and materials before I would own my own homestead, away from prying eyes. I was not looking to be a farmer, of course. I just wanted a place of my own where I could find peace. My neighbor was Roran Meatfallow, a stout, sunburned farmer. We spoke often, and I allowed the mail to bring me supplies that I needed but could not acquire. Do go on. Over time we formed an awkward friendship. He did not ask why I wore my hood, and I slowly began to trust him. He wondered, though, that was obvious. The time to reveal myself as a drow became one late afternoon. A warm day, the sun was dabbling along the south border of his farmland, and I pulled down my hood. Then he smiled a warm, inviting smile. He mentioned that his eldest son, Tiskanan, was busy making a feast to burst the first button, and that I was invited. We walked to his farmhouse, where his other son, a surly oaf named Thonard, was sickling quackgrass in the front yards. When I reached his farmhouse, I learned his true intentions. Somebody hit me in the back of my skull, and the ground rushed up to meet me. I had grown weak in my trust. They chortled as I lost consciousness, saying how easy it had been, and congratulating each other on a fine catch. Well, those men were sick and twisted. Don't judge all by the actions of a few. I woke up to searing pain. While unconscious, they had abused and tortured me, then tried to bury their sins. I could see nothing except the lid of a coffin. They had buried me alive. A mistake not to kill me outright. The fools knew the name Drow, but were ignorant of my true spirit. Pain is the handmaiden of my people. Their tortures were amateurish in comparison. I split the coffin lid and let the earth in. I clawed to the surface, and pain did not slow me. I would not let weakness deter me from vengeance. What did you do then? I took my revenge too. I watched their house, listening to them celebrate their victory in the midst of drunkenness. I watched and I waited. Tiskanan, the younger son, left to use the outhouse. I jammed a stake in the door, trapping him inside, and I set the building aflame. Roran came running, yelling to Fonard. As he stood helpless before the flames, I wrapped a garrote around his neck. I whispered to him of his mistake and mine. He had underestimated a drow, and I had trusted foolishly. I tightened the wire until he breathed no more. By this time the older son Fonard returned with a bucket from the well, to find his father's corpse and his brother a smouldering ember. He dropped to his knees in shock, which afforded me a height advantage, as I caved in his head with a miner's mallet. Glad you had your revenge. I am a drow, and I let myself be lulled foolishly. Vengeance was bitter Thule, because my own stupidity had made it necessary. Well, happy story time from Viconia. Got betrayed, got abused, and murdered at least a family of people.
Explain your intent and make it good.
Ranel. Sorry about letting in that Amma lady, boss. She just barged right past and I didn't want to bounce her because of that signet she was carrying. Funny thing is, I got a brother out in Esmeltharan that smuggled the odd turnip, and he never mentioned any shadow master named Amma. Ain't the thing you talk about in public, I guess. Yeah,
I'll do as you tell.
yeah, we'll end here. We'll go to the meeting. It's a trap. We're expecting a trap. It has to be a trap. But again, we're not exactly totally incompetent. We have a fairly skilled warrior, and I think we get a pretty full set of spells. So even though we are expecting trouble, I also expect us to be able to handle it without too much trouble. So I guess the meeting is where we'll go next. After that, the book hunt for Korg and